Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Archangels and Ascended Masters, for the perfect grace, perfect clarity, and perfect peace that's here for each of us right now. Thank you to the angelic realm, the elemental realm, our ancestors, spirit guides, animal guides, and guardian angels. We thank you for this opportunity for wonderful peace, perfect clarity, and loving joy as we celebrate life. And as we celebrate life, we welcome the highest possible good to be present with us right now. We choose with our next breath to make ourselves even more available to angelic care and love. We recognize that we are doing our best, and we choose to give ourselves the green light rather than the red light. We choose to not be conditional with ourselves. We choose to unconditionally allow ourselves to experience the grace that we know exists, to feel the freedom that we have experienced before. And we choose to be fresh in this moment, to not repeat our method, but to allow right now to have a fresh experience with grace right now. So if we could just breathe into all that. As we notice in the library of experiences, yesterday's grace, last week's miracle, last month's happiness, if we could just breathe and recognize that this being, this body, your soul, your consciousness understands those things. If we could just breathe in, we'll welcome all those things right now and letting ourselves be filled up in this moment. If we could just lovingly just breathe into like an angelic gas tank or gas station, fueling you up, fueling you up. If we could just breathe into that and let yourself be filled up in your cells, in your soul, in your skin. And indeed, if we could feel Archangel Raziel, perhaps on your right, Archangel Gabriel, perhaps on your left, Archangel Haniel in front of you, Archangel Uriel right behind you. If we could feel their gentle angelic touch. And if we could notice their touch being like the same way you would on modern cars press start to start the engine, if we could notice the start happening. So we're going from a space of stasis or stop to start. If we could just breathe in and let that renaissance of good feeling happen in your cells and your soul. And if we could say out loud, I have started to feel better. Thank you, angels, for being with me. I choose to have a glorious day. I shed the energy of others. I shed the expectation of the world. With independent thought, I choose love. Wonderful. So if we could breathe in with everything started, like a boat leaving the port, if we could just breathe in and allow ourselves to relax and perhaps to sit back a bit. Let's notice any area where there might be any physical pain, emotional pain, any pain at all, even slight or more overt, like an ankle. If we could just breathe in, let's very simply in that space, and we'll hold space here, allow the angels to touch those parts of your being or body and letting them help out. And they are, Archangel Haniel is pointing out she's going to sing directly into your heart. So we'll just breathe in, let all that happen. And if we can continue to hold this space, we'll notice the bird's contribution. We'll notice the echoes of all the affirmations and prayers you've said here in other spaces on your own. Echoing, echoing, echoing. You could feel your cells being filled up with information that's helpful. And if we could notice there's no predators, that's too low a vibration. If we could just feel into your energy being independent and filled up and acknowledged, we'll just breathe in. So there's nothing happening right now. If we could just breathe in with effortlessness, effortless expansion. We'll just breathe in and let the angels take care of us. We'll just breathe in, we'll let this continue, recognizing a key fundamental point, which is you are included right now. You are seen, heard, and included. And if we could just take a breath. Can you all hear the bird? Yeah, okay. Let's do one of two things, which is let's listen to the bird and or just notice in the quiet what the angels want to contribute to you right now, which might be very subtle. Let's just notice listening. Wonderful. So we'll just breathe in and let's notice what it's like to, when VW bugs would have a reserve gas tank, let's notice your reserve gas tank being filled up. Let's notice your main gas tank being filled up. Let's notice you being adored. Let's notice the doors opening. Let's notice you being included and cherished. Let's notice nature supporting you and calling out your name. Let's notice the angels never losing sight of you. If we could just breathe into that as a fact. Let's notice the option of us being perfectly placed in the world, which might be right where we are right now. Let's just very simply notice the space of flow, the space of generosity, the space of inclusion. Let's very simply feel the strength of everything that is here in the hours and hours and hours that we've all spent sharing spaces like this. Let's just feel the muscle that has developed there. Let's very simply let the quote unquote weaker parts of ourselves, the parts that might be wounded or fearful, let's let the muscle that we've developed take those weaker parts, quote unquote, under the wing of strength and include them and let there be a healing in this moment right now. So we'll just breathe into that. And we'll ignore the noisy neighbor. If we could just breathe into all this goodness and all this grace right now. And so if we could just feel with gentleness, perhaps without grandeur, the fact that we are included, we are loved, the bird is saying out to us that a song has been sung for you, for us, for life. And that a great gathering is here and you are included. If we could just breathe into all these different things. And if we could just say out loud, I am right here. I'm included in life right here. Thank you, bird, for your song. Thank you, angels. Wonderful. So if we could just breathe in. And if we could notice, like painting a highway, painting the asphalt, if we could just breathe in and notice the angels painting the rest of this day in vivid colors and noticing the reminders of this moment and other moments in your day, be that the green of a tree, the blue of a sky, the smile of a stranger, the meow of a cat, the healing of an ankle, the peace in your heart, the perfect song on the radio. If we could just notice these reminders of grace and good, the independence of your energy, the independence of your thought, the connectivity of all. We'll just notice all this goodness being here. And with wonderful generosity, perfect clarity, and wonderful peace, we celebrate life, life, life. We celebrate healing and peace. And we celebrate the continuation, the positive continuation, and great contributions to this day by ourselves and by the angels and by the guides and goddesses. And with wonderful peace and perfect clarity, we say out loud to all this, thank you. And we thank Mother, Father, God, and all the archangels and ascended masters. We thank you all for this wonderful opportunity to feel good, to have a new sense of wholeness and peace, perhaps more than ever, to let good things happen, and to recognize that everything is right here. And we choose to see everything with a fresh vision, fresh smells, fresh senses, and we know that all is well. And with great generosity and peace, we'll ask for this or something better right now in all directions of time. And so it is.